Baby, you get your way, nothing I can do.
Well, hello, long time no see. I uploaded my last video 2 months ago. I think it was 2 months ago. And oh God, so much has happened in the past 2 months. I'll try to get through it as soon as I can. But first, it is the 31st of December today. It's raining outside, which is fun. And tomorrow is the 1st of January 2021. So the reason I did not upload any video in the past 2 months is because I was under a lot of stress, and because of that I got really sick. So the reason I'm making this video is because I do want to share content that helps other people, yes, but at the same time I want YouTube and this part of the internet that I own to be my life diary as well. And this was a key 2 months in my life. I got sick because I was under a lot of stress, work-related stress. So I'll try to go through the situation as fast as I can. So I work as an assistant retail manager at one store, and there's another assistant retail manager in another store, still in Dunedin, owned by the same company. But I manage the city store, and this other person manages the other store. So we both have a store manager on top of us, and my store manager's visa expired. So he had to go on the interim visa and he couldn't work for the next 2 months. So I was the second in charge left by him. And so I was still doing my job of managing one store, and I was doing some part of my store manager's job because he wasn't working, and I was the direct contact from the head office. And this other guy who was an assistant store manager in the other store, he wasn't doing his job. He also had his own reasons, and he was also going through some stuff. So he wasn't doing a good job in being the assistant store manager of that store. So I was doing my job, I was doing his job, and I was doing a part of my store manager's job as well. So on top of doing my job, the other assistant manager's job, and part of my store manager's job, I was also responsible for hiring 5 new employees and training them. And at the same time, we were also transitioning from our older system to a new system. So I think all this work, it might not sound too much for you, but for me, it took a toll on me. I just started getting way more stressed with work and family life and just thinking about people back home, and it was a lot. It took toll on me physically as well as mentally. I also made another video during this time titled How to Manage Stress or Getting My Life Together, but it never got edited because I never got the time, and I never got organized enough, and I never got my life together. I got distracted again. I was just thinking about all these things is getting me stressed. So I'll just get it out of my system. So at the beginning of December, my store manager had come back, and I was already working in the store that I was, and the other assistant manager, he stepped down from his position. So at this point, I hardly went to gym. I hardly made any food home. I was only eating outside. I was hardly sleeping. I never went to gym. I lost all my motivation. And I still remember I told my partner that I just don't feel like it. It's not that I'm being lazy, but every morning I wake up, I have this pressure on my chest, and then this I don't know how to describe the feeling, but I had lost all passion. I had lost all motivation. I had lost every single ounce of motivation to get out of the bed and take a shower and go to work, and just doing the bare minimum. I lost motivation for everything, and I just stopped caring for myself. I've never had this issue before that I do not feel like going to the gym. I stopped liking gym. I stopped liking my work. At this point, I was like so burned out that I just gave up everything. So as a result of this, I developed an oral thrush. So oral thrush are like white lesions inside your cheeks, like the inner cheek surface. So you may know that we all have bacteria in our digestive tract. There are good bacteria, then there are bad bacteria. Good bacteria are probiotics, and I don't know what bad bacteria are called, but they're not good, so they're bad. So when there is an imbalance in the gut, the good bacteria reduces and the bad bacteria overgrows. So that's what happened to me. I got a bacteria overgrowth inside my inner cheek on one side, and I've never had this issue before. So I just went to the doctor and I was asked if I had any antibiotics, if I was under any hormonal change medications, if I was pregnant, and I said no to everything. And then the fourth question she asked me was, are you under a lot of stress? And I started crying in front of her. I just couldn't stop the tears, and I just couldn't even say yes. And she was looking at me as if she's feeling so sorry for me. So she gave me an antiviral mouthwash. She also gave me antidepressant and anti-anxiety supplements, and I've been taking those and I've been feeling so much better. But food-wise, I had to go on a diet, and this is not what the doctor recommended, but I researched a lot about the Candida overgrowth and everything. So I had to cut out all the carbohydrates, all the sugar, because the yeast that overgrows, it thrives off sugar. So you have to cut all the sugar, not even natural sugars, like sugar from fruit and sugar from processed things, all the sugar. I just cut everything out. I had to cut carbohydrates out because carbohydrates break into sugar. I had to cut out gluten, and I had to eat a lot of probiotics and prebiotics. So these were the 4 things that I was focusing on for the 2 weeks. So before this, I think the most restrictive diet I've seen was keto diet, which actually made me sick. That was the time when I turned vegan, because I got really sick and doctors didn't know what happened to me. But that's a story for another time. I had no idea that there was anything more restrictive than keto diet, but Candida diet, oh my God. And then vegan Candida diet, it was pathetic. It was so pathetic. I never eat salads, but I had to eat so many salads, and it did start to work. And after a week or 2, until I completed my antiviral treatment, things started to look good for me. I still remember the first day that I had a pizza after 2 weeks, and I literally cried having that pizza. Because according to my research, people have been suffering from Candida for 10s and 12s of years. And I used to start crying thinking that I won't be able to eat bread my whole life. And it just scared the shit out of me. And it opened my eyes to what I was doing to my body, physically and mentally. Mentally, my health deteriorated the most in 2020 because of thinking about family, about the pandemic or whatever's been happening in India, and my family is there. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, I am very grateful that things are back to normal. I cannot even start to imagine what the world might be going through or what the situation in India is, because we don't have to do any physical distancing. We don't have to wear masks. We can go wherever we want. We can hug. I think New Zealand is the only place right now where people can still hug. And I am so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that I still have my job, but I don't have my health right now. And my health I have compromised with my physical and my mental health so much so that I have lost interest in everything. And every morning I do not wake up with any energy. It doesn't matter how much I'm sleeping. It doesn't matter if I sleep at 8. I just couldn't wake up at 8 the next morning. Even sleeping for 12 to 14 hours, I'm just always tired. And if I had to describe 2020 in one word, I would choose the word as rock bottom. So my 2021 is going to be taking my health back. My main focus for the coming year is to balance my gut, to start working out like I used to again, to get my physical health back, to get my mental health back. Yeah, I think those would be my goals for the coming year. I hardly eat any vegetables, I hardly eat any grains, and I have seen what it does to you, and so many of my hair has gone white. I have aged like 5 years in the last 2 months, and I have to take my health back into my hands. I just think if I get my health back on track, all my passions, everything would come back. And it definitely makes a difference of what you put in your body, and it makes a difference to your mood and how you're feeling and everything. So yep, that's my goal. I think this would be my first video, and from tomorrow onwards I would start uploading what I'm eating for the day. I think it would be like a 2 or 3 minute video, not more than that, but I would be showing you what I'm eating to take my health back and to balance my gut and show you some vegan meals. I don't know how to end this vlog, but at the end I just wanted to say that it doesn't matter if you have a great life, if you have a really good job and everything's working in your favor except your health, then there's no point in all of those things. And that was my biggest lesson for 2020, and I'm gonna change that for 2021. And yeah, I hope the same for you. I hope everybody just realizes that your health is the single most important thing in your life, and nothing's ever gonna compare to that. I don't know what else to say. Okay, anyways, I'll see you tomorrow with vegan recipes and what I eat in a day for Veganuary. And I hope you have a great 2021. Bye.
I don't think it is now. Is it? We're on the tricycles. Oh my God!
Baby, you get your way. Nothing I can do.